Really just want to start out by saying thank you so much to everyone who came here today. Beautiful day of golf, but more importantly, it was to support a tremendous cause. As I mentioned earlier today, all of the revenue that's raised here today is going to go directly back to support Best Buddies Massachusetts in our social inclusion programs, which provide opportunities for participants with disabilities to be matched with students, their typical peers, and also find opportunities for employment throughout Eastern Massachusetts.
Each year, a very large number of our participants leave the friendship programs, and they do not have strong prospects for employment after their involvement with the friendship program. We want to earmark most of the money that we raise at the ESG Open and at other contributions to go towards funding the programs that Best Buddies is working on for employer recruitment and employee training.
With the conclusion of today's event, we will have raised a little over $80,000 in 3 years. And all that, I can honestly say, all of that opportunity for us to raise funds and raise awareness within this area has come from two wonderful gentlemen that are here today and the loving family that supports them. Both Mike and Matt Beaudet. 3 years ago, I met with them in our office in Boston, and they said, we're interested in starting the Best Buddies program in Framingham. And I said, oh, that's great. This is what we got to do. These are who people we have to talk to. This is, the next step, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll get things going. And very quickly, it was explained to me that, no, we're interested in starting this today. What do we got to do today to get it going? So any of you who know Mike know he's very tenacious when there's something he believes in, and that's certainly a trait that's been passed on to his son, Matt. Through Matt's leadership as a student leader, we were able to start not only one school, which was the initial idea of starting Framingham High School, but we also started Walsh Middle School in Framingham. And now we're working with Matt to identify an opportunity for us to start a program at Worcester Academy as well.
So my involvement with Best Buddies started a little over 3 years ago when I was on a school field trip to the Southwick Zoo. On the bus ride home from the zoo, there was a kid who was a little different than the rest of us. He reminded me a lot of my brother Zach, who has Asperger's syndrome. And he was not allowed to sit in the back of the bus with the rest of us because of his difference. And it got to the point where kids were calling him names, throwing stuff at him. And I wanted to help. I really did, but I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say, so I was just kind of frozen there. And I still have regrets about that to this day. But when I went home that night, I told my parents that I really wanted to make a difference. And that night, we decided that Best Buddies would be an option that we would pursue. What my involvement with Best Buddies has kind of shown me more than anything is friendships should not be taken for granted, and they're truly special. And that's why I love Best Buddies so much, is they're able to promote these friendships with kids with disabilities.
I first got involved with Best Buddies when I was a freshman in high school at Bedford High School. I was matched with James during my senior year at Bedford High School, and we've been friends ever since. When you apply for Best Buddies, you have to fill out this little application, and there's a little list for you list your interests and hobbies and activities so you can be matched with someone who has similar interests. And I was filling this out, and I said, okay, this is easy. Sports, food, and then I just kind of ran out of ideas, and there's like 5 spots. So luckily I got matched with James, who has a similar passion for sports and going out to eat. So for the past 8 years, we've been shooting hoops, going to games. We go to a Red Sox game every year. We go out to eat to the 99 a lot. So we just have a lot of fun doing stuff like that. And it's been a pleasure really getting to know him over this time, and he's without a doubt one of my best friends. This program is truly mutually beneficial, and I know that I have benefited from my friendship with James just as much, if not more, than he has from his friendship with me. I have this vision of two old guys with white hair walking into the 99s for the early bird for the early bird special, and I think that will be James and I someday.
It's really important that we continue to raise more funds. The opportunity to put hundreds of potential buddies into meaningful work, not just putting screws into envelopes, but actually having meaningful employment that changes the lives of both them as participants, but also the employees at these different firms. That's enormous, and that's really what this is all about.